Peace. It is I, O.G.B.O. This is Omega Man Codes. This video is dealing with the failure of the female. Almost everyone of influence that comes in contact with the female plays a role in leading her astray. From the educators to the parents, to the grandparents, to the friends, and of course, the opposite sex. Let's start with mom. Girl, you too young to settle down. Now, this is a Christian mother telling her daughter, you're too young to settle down. You need to gain experiences, girl. You don't need to be with one man, you need to have friends. What is she telling her daughter? Have friends. Moms should be mature enough to know that men are not interested in being genuine friends to females. So, when a man is quote unquote a woman's friend, that means they're not claiming each other or giving a title, but they are intimate or heading towards intimacy. Now, the woman was not designed by the creator to be with more than one man. Period. Let me be clear. I'm not just saying more than one man at a time, but the woman was not designed. Her biology was not put together to be with more than one man in her lifetime. Did you know when a man enters a woman and he releases himself, he remains with that woman for life? His genetic coding is forever in that woman. Now, if you look at the body as a laboratory, for which it is, and you add different energies, you get a reaction. You add different genetics, you get a reaction. You add different, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Chemistry. I just say chemistry. You're going to get a reaction because the body is a laboratory. The woman is a laboratory personified. She actually becomes what I would call a chameleon. When she's in a relationship, she becomes the man that's in her life. She begins to talk like him. She begins to think like him because he is releasing, putting himself in that woman, and it is having an effect on her chemistry, her chemical makeup. Okay? So when you have women that are entertaining more than one man, you may think that they have what's called they're bipolar, but really what's going on is the the chemistry that's going into her, the different sperms that's going into her are creating an imbalance on her brain. See? One man sperm is going to war with another man's sperm. And the battle is taken out, or the battle is being fought across her consciousness, across her subconsciousness, even. So a woman was not designed to entertain more than one man at a time, but a woman was not designed to entertain more than one man in her lifetime. So when a mother tells her daughter, "You're too young to settle down," she's setting her daughter up for failure. Now, she's encouraging her daughter to get experiences. Now, what ends up happening is the daughter runs across someone who's not necessarily trying to have a relationship with her. See? But he relates sexually very well with her. Okay? And she's releasing what's called the love hormone. This is where the term making love comes from. Because when you're engaged in intercourse, she's actually releasing a hormone that makes her feel that she's in love or falling in love. Now she is releasing this hormone with you, right? But the man that she's releasing, giving this hormone off to, is not interested in being her man. See, but he just stirred her emotions. Okay, now she gets it. He don't want to be with her. She moves on. She meets another man. But that man don't measure up in the bedroom. He may not have the same equipment or the same technique. A lot of times it's not about the equipment, the size of the equipment anyway. It's about the technique. If a man has at least 3 inches, he can reach the G spot of a woman. It's a matter of technique. However, that first man she been with put some on her, put some on her tough. And even though the man that she's talking to now, she wants to love him. She wants to be with him. She knows that he's right for her. But he just can't stir her emotions in that way. See? You do not realize how powerful sex is, especially with the biology of a woman. A woman is emotions. She's pure uncut emotion. And the greatest door to her emotions is her sex. The feeling that she gets through sex when she's releasing that bonding hormone, that love hormone, that's a raw emotion for her. That's very real for her. It may not mean anything to the man, but it absolutely means something to the woman. This is why when you're dealing with cheating, women who try to tick for tack a man who cheats, see, not realizing that a man is not emotionally attached to his sex. He can have sex with a million women and still love the one he calls his wife. Whereas a woman cannot entertain multiple men and have respect for them all. One man is going to have to kiss her behind. She's going to completely dog one. She's going to run over top of another one. And she would eat shit from a no good man, a bastard even, that ain't good for nothing. But he knows how to stir her emotions. You have men who don't do anything else. They're non-productive men. In fact, the more non-productive a man is, chances are the better he is in bed. It's a survival technique. It's a survival mechanism. See, he know a woman is not gonna tolerate him. He's broke. He don't have nothing. He may even be ugly, but he got one thing, and he puts all his energy into that thing. You understand me? And that woman would suffer poverty. She would turn away from a man who provides for her, who gives her security, and go pick up 2 and 3 jobs and run behind a bum that know how to stir her emotionally. But everyone in society of influence that comes across the female misleads the female. Marriage is emphasis is put on marriage in the Bible as well as the Quran, which is why it's so shocking to hear people who profess to be Christians encourage their daughters to be with more than one man and to avoid settling down. That's the wrong message for your daughter. Ladies, do your daughters a favor and teach them to keep their legs closed, to seek to be a wife before going to bed with a man. That's the best thing you can teach. Now, I know that seems far fetched in today's society, but we're going to have to make it a reality. If we want to save the next generation, then we're going to have to teach the youth that's coming up something different than what we taught the former. Period. Women, your value in a man's world is low mileage in youth. So when you have given yourself multiple times to multiple men, the chances of you settling down and finding a man who's going to provide for you, who's going to guide you, who's going to be there for you, nurture with you, is very slim. I'm not saying it cannot happen, you know. A lot of people play marriage these days to get married, for the dress up part and the party, may stay married a couple of months and then they done with it. The chances of you finding a man that's going to really invest in you goes down with every partner. The I mean, not just for from the standpoint of a man who desires low mileage, but also from your own biology standpoint, because you're losing the ability to bond with each partner. You were not designed that way, sister. You do yourself an injustice. The best thing you can do is keep your legs closed. Even now. And I know you got some miles on you now, sister, but that don't mean you increase the miles. From this day forward, keep your legs closed. See? Don't just give yourself to the first man that look at you, sister. And teach your daughters to be wives and to keep their virginity until their wedding night. It may seem far-fetched, but we're gonna have to make it a reality. This is me, O.G.B.O, Omega Man Codes. Till next time, peace and hair grease.